He who needs the least becomes the richest. That creates stability. But stability alone does not create wealth. A monk needs almost nothing, yet monks rarely become financially powerful. So the Greeks added a second law, a dangerous one. Because once you understand it, you stop chasing money, and money starts chasing you. 1. The missing half of the rule. The full ancient rule was actually 2 steps: reduce dependence, then concentrate effort. Most people only do one of these, or neither. Some people earn a lot but spend everything. Others save carefully but never grow. The wealthy did something different. They became hard to break, and then hard to ignore. Freedom first, expansion second, and this order matters more than effort. Because effort without freedom creates burnout. If freedom without direction creates stagnation, but together, they create power. 2. Why most hard workers stay poor. Modern culture worships hard work. The ancients did not. They respected focused work. There's a difference. Imagine 2 archers. One fires 200 arrows randomly. The other fires 10 arrows at a single point. Which one hits the target? Most people treat money like the first archer: side hustles, random investments, constant switching. Trend-chasing movement feels productive, but wealth rewards direction, not motion. The Greeks observed that poor men work constantly, wealthy men work precisely, not more hours, fewer targets. 3. The law of concentrated effort. Here is the second rule: wealth grows where attention stays. Not briefly, not emotionally, consistently. The farmer who waters 10 fields grows nothing. The farmer who waters 1 field feeds a city. But concentration requires patience, and patience requires low needs. Now you see why part 1 mattered. If you desperately need fast money, you cannot concentrate long enough to build real wealth. You'll always interrupt compounding for survival. So the first rule protects the second. 4. The compounding machine. The ancients didn't have stocks, but they understood compounding. Merchants would reinvest into the same trade routes repeatedly. Ship to profit, to bigger ship, to larger cargo, to partnerships, to dominance. They didn't chase new opportunities. They deepened old ones. Today, people diversify too early. They mistake variety for intelligence. But concentration creates expertise. Expertise creates advantage. Advantage creates disproportionate reward. Every wealthy person you know likely followed one path longer than everyone else tolerated. 5. The 5-year barrier. Here is the invisible wall between average and wealthy. Most people abandon a path after discomfort. The wealthy stay past the boredom phase, because every valuable skill has 3 stages: excitement, frustration, monopoly. Most quit during stage 2. So stage 3 becomes extremely profitable for the few who remain. This is why patience multiplies income more than talent. You are not competing on intelligence, you are competing on endurance. 6. The focus trap. But there is a problem. Modern life destroys concentration. Notifications, news trends, endless advice. Your attention is constantly fragmented, and fragmented attention cannot compound. Every time you restart, you reset progress. So people live in permanent beginnings, always learning, never dominating. The ancients trained long focus, sometimes years on a single craft, because they knew the market rewards the person who becomes unavoidable, not visible, unavoidable. 7. The wealth pattern combines both ancient rules, and the pattern appears. Low needs to patience, patience to concentration, concentration to mastery, mastery to leverage, leverage to wealth. No shortcuts exist, because each step creates the next. Skip patience, arrow, you panic sell. Skip focus, arrow, you stay average. Skip mastery, arrow, you stay replaceable. Wealth is not random, it is sequential. 8. The leverage moment. Eventually something strange happens. After long focus, effort stops scaling linearly. Small actions create large results. The merchant no longer sails, others sail for him. The craftsman no longer sells, demand finds him. The thinker no longer searches, people seek his advice. This is leverage. And leverage is when wealth accelerates, not at the beginning. At the end of consistency, most people quit weeks before this moment, because progress looks slow, right before it becomes exponential. 9. The psychological breakthrough. Here's why the rule works. The brain wants novelty. Wealth requires repetition, so becoming wealthy requires tolerating boredom longer than others. Not suffering, just staying. While others restart, and every restart gives you distance. Eventually distance becomes advantage, and advantage becomes income. 10. The modern application. Apply the ancient rule today. Step 1. Lower lifestyle pressure. You buy time. So step 2. Choose one economic skill, you aim effort. Step 3. Stay long past comfort. You build rarity. Step 4. Use rarity to negotiate. You multiply income. Step 5. Reinvest into the same path you trigger compounding. This is wealth creation without luck. Slow at first. Inevitable later. 11. The paradox of rich people. Wealthy individuals often look calm, not rushed, not desperate, because they are no longer trading time for survival. They built systems that reward persistence, and systems reward the patient. This is why the ancient rule feels unfair. It delays gratification longer than most people tolerate, but rewards exponentially for those who do. 12. The final understanding. Now combine both halves. Need less than others. Focus longer than others. That is the entire wealth formula, not secret investments, and not perfect timing, behavioral advantage, and behavioral advantage cannot be competed away, because most people will always choose comfort over discipline, which leaves opportunity permanently available. 13. The real meaning of wealth. The Greeks did not define wealth as luxury, they defined it as independence, the ability to refuse bad work, refuse bad deals, refuse bad environments. Money was simply stored choice, and choice is the ultimate asset. Closing. So the 2,400-year-old rule that makes people rich is simple. First, control desire, then control direction. Most people attempt the second without the first, and spend their lives running faster on the same wheel. But those who follow both eventually step off it entirely, not quickly, but permanently.